Hey guys, OCP Communications back again with another VHS collection video. Here we go. I opened up another container with more VHS, another storage container. So let's get started, shall we? Movie called Redemption. This is a movie that stars Chris Penn, Don the Dragon Wilson, James Russo, and Cynthia Rothrock. Mainly didn't pay $1.99 for it. I paid like what, $1 or so. Mainly for my collection, for Don the Dragon Wilson or Chris Penn or Cynthia Rothrock, but I've heard it's not much. I've heard it's pretty crappy, so, you know, but hey, it was cheap. I'll give it a look someday. That's Redemption. We have a movie that I really like, The Core. I've been wanting to get this on DVD. I haven't been able to find it for cheap enough yet, but when I do get it on DVD, then I'll upgrade. I saw this in the theater with my dad, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really fun disaster movie. I don't think it's nearly as bad as people make it out to be. I think it has a really thrilling opening sequence with the space shuttle landing. I thought it was a really thrilling sequence. I think it's a lot of fun. I think Aaron Eckhart's really good in it. And yeah, I think it's a really enjoyable, fun movie with a cool premise, and it's not realistic, so what? I know that. I know what I'm getting into when I'm seeing the movie. But yeah, I like The Core. I think it's underrated, actually. So that's The Core. There's a movie called Funland. As you can see, got a decent review there in the back. I got it for cheap. It's a Vestron release. Interesting cover art. It's definitely a bit faded, as you can tell. But yeah, that's Funland. It's a PG-13 movie, actually. As you can see, Vestron release. Funland. Movie called Dance with the Devil, which has Javier Bardem in it. It's one of his earliest roles. This is long before he became really, somewhat popular as an actor. Rosie Perez is also in it, as well as James Gandolfini. I've seen the trailer for this, and that's why I picked it up. It actually looks like it might be interesting. It's also got a guy named Screamin' Jay Hawkins in it, and Amy Graham. It's directed by Alex de la Iglesia, I think he directed Dave the Beast. So yeah, Dance with the Devil. There's a movie called Driven. I mean, you wouldn't know that's what it's called because of the Hollywood Video Previously Viewed sticker, but mainly got it because of the cast, and it was pretty cheap. Got it at a pawn shop. It has Tony Todd in it, Whip Hubley, Diane Delasco, Chad Lowe, and Lou Rawls in it. It was a winner of some independent film festival independent film festival awards. So Driven, which now you can here you can see it's called Driven. There you go. So Driven. It's a movie called Murder Rap from United Home Video. Not much to say about it. It's probably pretty shitty. It's from United Home Video, but it's part of the collection. Murder Rap. Here's Starship Troopers 2. Hero of the Federation, which I've heard is a pretty shitty movie, but I've actually never seen it. I know Phil Tippett directed it, who worked on some of the effects for Starship Troopers and did effects for the stop motion work for RoboCop. So Starship Troopers 2, Hero of the Federation. Prayer for the Dying. Pretty underrated Mickey Rourke flick. Really solid movie. I'd like to get it on DVD, but I'm okay with the VHS for right now. Really solid, entertaining movie. This is a Virgin Video release. Good cast. Bob Hoskins is in it as well. Solid direction by Mike Hodges, the director of Flash Gordon. So, yeah, really solid movie. Prayer for the Dying with Mickey Rourke. And here we have a not as solid movie, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Got it at an antique store mainly because it was cheap, and so I could say I have Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Seen Cinema Snob's review of it. It doesn't seem like much. It seems like a pretty shitty movie. So, not really looking forward to whenever I do get around to watching that. Which is not anytime soon. Movie called Chasers, which has Tom Berenger, Erica Leniak, and William McNamara, who I remember him pretty much the most for 2 roles. He was in Copycat as the Killer. That's the main role I remember him the most for, and he was also in Surviving the Game. Dennis Hopper actually directed this, so that's an interesting sort of curiosity. Chasers. There's a movie I've already reviewed on my channel, Back in the USSR. It was alright. 3-star flick, somewhat enjoyable. I like Frank Whaley. Interesting idea. Nice cinematography. Back in the USSR. Here we have a movie I reviewed before, but I need to do another review of it because I had to remove it. 84 Charlie MoPic. Really underrated war flick. Found footage flick actually too in some respects. Really solid film. Good score too. Good music by Donovan. Really surprised by this one. That doesn't star anybody you would really remember or find somewhat familiar, but it's still but they still do solid jobs. Really solid, entertaining, independent war flick, Vietnam War flick. Really well done. 84 Charlie MoPic. We have a Robin Williams flick, which I still haven't seen, The Fisher King. It also has Jeff Bridges in it. It's a film directed by Terry Gilliam. Fisher King. This is a screener copy, but it's a movie that it's got an interesting cast. Round Trip to Heaven, which has Corey Feldman and Zach Galligan and Ray Sharkey. This might be a fun flick. Round Trip to Heaven. We have Convict 762, a York Home Video release, sci-fi action. Probably sucks. Billy Drago was in it, and Frank Zagarino, I think, plays the lead. Convict 762. Orion's Belt, New World Home Video release. It's a Russian independent movie, I believe. It was a winner of 5 international film awards, including Best Picture, Best Actor, and Cinematography. I've never seen the movie, but let's see what happens. Whenever I do go around to seeing it, I think it actually isn't a Russian independent movie. I think it's Swedish. But, you know, either way, it's pretty cool cover art. Orion's Belt. First Night with Sean Connery and Richard Gere. It's one of those lithographic, whatever, shiny ones, so that's the best way to see some of the detail on the cover. So if I do it this way, it just shines too much, and there's just glare. all over the place. It's an alright movie. I prefer Excalibur definitely over this, but it's decent. It's watchable. Michael Biehn flick, Breach of Trust, a screening copy, Republic Pictures film, but it works alright, and it's a Michael Biehn flick, and I'm a big fan of Michael Biehn, so it's a good addition to my Michael Biehn collection. Breach of Trust. And Sam J. Jones flick. Sam Jones from Flash Gordon and Vanessa Williams in Under the Gun. It's a Magnum home entertainment release. Got it mainly for my Sam Jones collection. Not the greatest actor in the world, but I still like Sam Jones. I like him as Flash Gordon. I think he's played a great Flash Gordon. He's an entertaining guy. Under the Gun. Here's an interesting mystery. Dustin Hoffman and Vanessa Redgrave and Agatha, which is a movie that talks about the true story of the missing disappearance of a mystery writer, Agatha Christie. If I could say Agatha Christie. Yeah, she disappeared in real life for a little bit, and so this film is pretty much based on that true story. Stars Dustin Hoffman in a sort of whodunit mystery role, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, Agatha. Timothy Dalton is also in it as well. There's a movie I've heard good things about, George C. Scott, called The Hospital. This is a key video release. A satire, dark comedy. Directed by Arthur Hiller. The Hospital. We have a Michael Dudikoff flick. Crash Dive. Frederick Forrest is also in it. This is a Cabin Fever release. Haven't heard a lot of good things about this, but hey, it's a Michael Dudikoff flick, and it's from my Michael Dudikoff collection. So, Crash Dive. And then one more tape to end this installment. This piece of shit, Extreme Ops. Yes, I have Extreme Ops, but it's because it was cheap, and so whenever I do get around to watching this shit, I can just pop in the VHS and then beat the shit out of it later. Yeah, Extreme Ops is a terrible movie. You don't need to hear that from me. But you hear it from me later. But all I'm saying is, you know, I'm not the only one that is calling that a piece of shit. But anyway, thanks for watching this installment of my VHS collection, and stay tuned for more. See you guys later. See ya.